What's up YouTube? It's your boy JP coming at you with another video. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I know I did. There was so much food to eat and then plenty of books to read because we had a full week off. But anyways, today we'll be talking about the Skyward hardcover. This is one of the ones I read through Thanksgiving. Picked it up, thought I was gonna be a slow burn. But I actually ran through this all in one sitting because how surprisingly fun it was. But before we get started, I have two special announcements. The first one is that we'll be doing a live stream every single Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central, so check us out there. And then you can win a $25 gift card all you have to do is leave a comment down in the video and be a subscriber. Alright, so today we'll be talking about the Skyward hardcover. We don't have any in stock at this moment. We just placed another order, but we should have stock available in like a week or two. So here is what the front looks like, what the back looks like, and the spine looks like, and then the back. It's been it's been a bit since I made a video, so kind of rusty here. But anyways, this is what it looks like. It's a really fun read. I'll be giving you guys basically a bird's eye view as I explain a little bit about this story, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so here is another close-up of what Skyward looks like. Here's the front, here is the spine, and here is the back. So this book did come out, I think, sometime in the early of this year. I kind of slept on it because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna read this anytime soon, because I was more into, like, you know, violence and killing and all that crazy stuff, right? Like all dark and gritty, like Garth Ennis and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what, I'm feeling, you know, I just finished Punisher. I was like, I feel like I need a little break from all this violence, and let me just read like a feel-good story. So Skyward is an Image title. I know nothing about the author or any of that, so this is like a very refreshing read. And it's actually here are the people here as well. You have the writer Joe Henderson, you have the artist, colorist, and all that. But it's a very interesting idea because Skyward is basically, it's about a what if gravity just stopped working. So so as you can tell in the middle of the story, it's like this guy, the father, he spilled his coffee, but then the coffee just starts floating out of nowhere, just like all that, and then everybody just starts floating around like, hey, what happened, what's going on, like all the buildings and stuff like that. So I'll give you guys a little basic overview, and then I'll be going a small review as well. So and I'll give you guys a little spoiler warning whenever I do talk a little spoilers, but you'll be finding out about a lot of this stuff in the very beginning. So anyways, the book is about what if gravity just stopped working, and as you read through the first issue, the first 25 this happens pretty quickly, and then it'll take place, the story will take place 21 years after we find out that gravity just stopped working. But anyways, yeah, it was a really fun story. 20 years later, but yeah, it was a really fun story. It takes I forgot her name already, but yeah, this is the main character. She's like very interesting, very fun to read as well. She's like an adventure person, and then you know we find out, you know, why, or we don't really find out why, but they try to figure out why gravity just stopped working. They started learning how to live with gravity, and then there's people that want it back, or like the really rich people. They try to stick with their old ways, and they have like magnetic boots and stuff like that. That way they could stay stuck on the ground. And then really poor people that can't afford it, they have to just basically learn how to work without gravity. So what this character, I forgot her name, what Willa does, and she's like a mail carrier or something like that, right? And these guys, they have guns. So let's say she has a gun right here, and she looks like she's about to shoot them because they're about to rob her for the package. I guess she's like a UPS person, but whatever. But she's trying to deliver a package. But the funny thing is, so they use guns in this story as a projectile to push you up and down. So let's say you're flying too high up in the air, and there is no objects or anything that you can push yourself off of to go back down to the ground. So what they do is that they use guns, or she used a gun to basically shoot it, and use the force of shooting the gun to push you back to Earth. So that's a pretty interesting concept. Like this is like a very unique story because I never saw any books ever or movies talk about like, you know, what happened with the world if gravity didn't exist. So this is a very, very fun, interesting story, and it's a very fun read. Like for me, it's very hard for me to binge read an entire series all in one sitting, but this is something like I really enjoyed reading. I binged through this and all in one sitting. I think it only took like 1 or 2 hours. It's 15 issues, so not too much. Only a few pages is basically, you know, the first issue, and this is the end of chapter 1. He's basically that's her father now, and he's basically saying that he thinks he knows a way on how to fix the Earth. So that's how it cliffhangs. And then, you know, if you are interested in reading this story, I would highly suggest picking it up. If you like a really fun, relaxing read, it's basically any age can read this. I don't think there's any nudity or anything like that. There is a little bit of violence, but not too much violence, you know. But but the violence is against, like, you know, animals and whatnot. So you'll figure it out. So yeah, if you guys want to have an interesting read about what happens if the gravity doesn't work, what happens if the animals, bugs start becoming a lot bigger because there's no gravity to really stop them from growing and all that good stuff, definitely check this out. Alright, so I'm gonna be flipping through the pages now to basically show you guys all the artwork and whatnot, so be careful for spoilers, and I'll be talking about my official, like, you know, my thoughts about this book, my read through. So if you guys are afraid of spoilers or don't want to get spoiled and want to, you know, read this for yourself, definitely, you know, pause the video or just stop it right now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, so I'll be flipping through the artwork, just basically talking about the story. So so her dad, he had a business partner, and they basically figured out, I think they were the ones that knew that gravity was not going to work, but gravity stopped working a lot sooner than they had planned. And what the dad did was he was like hiding or like being really sad and sulking, and his business partner was like, yo, I'm gonna make a lot of money off this off the stuff. So this is the guy, and he's basically like, he wants to kill Willa and her dad and everybody because Willa and her dad thinks they know how to turn gravity back on, but he's been making bank. He's been making a lot of money learning basically making magnetic boots and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what the story's about. Basically, this guy is trying to kill the family, but the family's trying to bring back gravity. And there's also like there's one guy named Edison. He basically lost his legs. I forgot what happened, but you know, he has no legs, so without gravity he basically could live like a normal person, fly around, see the world and all that with no handicap. So you really see the story of like, do we really want gravity back? You know, gravity was just a burden to us, and like without gravity you could fly around, see the world, and just, you know, just do stuff that you couldn't before. But the only downside is it's very dangerous, because if you just jump up one time but then you have nothing above you to just push yourself off of, you're basically gonna float all the way out to outer space and die. So, you know, it comes with pros and cons, and that's why the world is very dangerous. But if you're rich, you can have magnetic boots and you're okay. And there's like jetpacks and all these other things, and really cool stuff right here. And there's some more stuff too, like her dad finally started going outside. The water, oh yeah, the oceans are really cool. So the ocean, it's like a floating ball of water. You have like little fishes in there, and what they do is they bring out like a little oxygen tank and make like little air bubbles inside the ocean, so they could like breathe without like an oxygen mask or whatever. So because they're just inside of like a bubble of air. So that's a really interesting thing. And then you have like the farmers that they kill bugs, because all the cows and all the cattle and everything basically flew to outer space and died. So there was like no more cows or anything. And so what they do now is they kill bugs to, you know, feed the world. But the world doesn't know that, because if they did, they'd be like super grossed out. But like we have like giant dragonflies and butterflies and men eating mosquitoes and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting too. Like if you see right here, like the mosquito just trying to almost like kill somebody, but she kicked the thing. But like, you know, if you go into the forest, and nobody lives in the forest because, you know, the forest is surrounded by giant bugs like this right here. So, you know, that was a really cool concept as well. And yeah, so either way, I don't want to spoil too a lot more than, you know, what I just said, but you know, it's a very fun story. You have like the farmers making a rebellion against the city because all the rich people were taking them for granted and making them slave themselves and work hard and whatnot. And they're like, no, we're tired of it. We're gonna go take over the city with all the bugs now. We're gonna kill everybody and we'll be the empire. And then you have like the city who are like, nah, we're gonna keep you guys out because they have a magnetic force field or something where they prevent bugs to go in there. But yeah, so it's a really big story. And then we also have like an underground bunker where people live underground under the earth. And it was like a really big city, like it could house like 100,000 or something people. And what they do is, since it's underground, you can mimic the world, but you won't be able to, you don't have to fly out of the the earth, or what's it called, the atmosphere basically. So you're safe underground. You still have no gravity, but you know, you could push yourself off the wall and come back down if you wanted to. So you know, that's like the secret village or whatever, the hidden leaf village. But anyways, yeah, so you know, this is what it's all about. If you guys like this review and whatnot, definitely let me know. If you guys read this book before, what was your favorite part of this book? We have interviews back here. You also have some extras, extra content all back here as well. This is definitely a book I slept on. I really enjoyed this book, but you know, I enjoy almost every single Image title that came out because Image never fails me. I love reading Image books. I started getting into Boom, and I just got the entire Valiant series as well, so I'll be making reviews of that. But yeah, if you like this review, check it out. You can find it over at organicpricebooks.com. Don't forget, our Black Friday sale ends at the end of Monday. By the time this video comes out, you probably have a day left if you watched it on Monday. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video. Congratulations to Derek for winning a $25 gift card. All you had to do is send me an email and we'll have that out to you right away. And I love your comment. We will be doing a comparison when the next book comes out in December.